Hello wonderful people, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the new EP from Voltra, Luma. This is the debut Disciple EP and debut EP ever, I think, actually, from one of the hottest prospects in dubstep right now, Voltra, who has experienced quite the meteoric rise since she started putting out music around a year ago. Pulsefire, the Babatunde remix, ISO Beam, more recently Radar and Read Right. Each drop garnering so much hype as to break the dubstep internet every single time. Myself personally, whilst I've enjoyed her super futuristic aesthetic immensely so far, one of the most unique and identifiable in bass right now, a mix of dubstep and trance and hardstyle, bits of wave in there as well. I can't say that I've been truly gripped on the drop ideas front quite yet. Either that or the ideas have been more promising, but the production hasn't felt quite full enough to back up the creation. That being said, that is in reference more to the earlier Voltra stuff, as recently tracks like Instance on Halcyon and the more Kismet collab Duplex have shown more directness with what she wants her heaviness to deliver. The main question for me going into Luma being just how her sound would translate into a project format. Would it be more of the same or something notably different for her first EP? The resounding answer being the former, you know, whichever way you want to take it or enjoy it, Luma is a solid continuation of the Voltra project. The one thing I think I've been consistently in complete awe of when it comes to Voltra's music is the introductions, and her rich vein of form continues in that department here. The EP begins on Luma Drive in quite the thrilling way, a momentous feel to the musicality and brimming with purpose and life. It feels like I'm on the Starship Enterprise about to embark on a new journey with Jean-Luc Picard. My only drawback being that I feel it could have been extended a bit further. You know, I enjoy the alertness of it, but there isn't enough sense of a build to me, meaning that the first drop kinda comes out of nowhere. Following that though on Star Force, we get a bit more scope to the opening, a nice gloomy feel to it, uncertain, looking into the distance kind of vibe, like pondering the next move to make in the intergalactic journey. The more serious breakbeat progression to that introduction is fantastic, sonically on point, and even elements of breakcore in there as well to give it an added edge. It's so good. Jumping to the end, we have the beginning of Instruction Set, the super futuristic sci-fi theme shining through once again, merging trance and hardstyle to perfect effect, and emerging from below to become quite the colossal sequence that gets you completely fired up for the final leg of the EP. It's captivating stuff. I mean, how do you not find that epic? But my pick definitely arrives on track 3, Optronic, some of the most carefully crafted execution I've heard all year. The warm fuzz lying below to open it up, the piano seeping in beautifully, the main melody rising from beneath, with the gaps in between each refrain giving it this stunning time-stopping quality. Blooming into a larger version of itself with the electrifying synths and trotting sounds, it's just so well managed and delivered. It's near perfect. It's just so good. The outros here are similarly fantastic, with each one expertly toning its respective track down. In particular, the ending to the whole EP, so on Instruction Set, each drop has a progression to it, and with the second one, it tails off into the outro so well. This smooth, shimmering section, there's a kinda almost moving quality to it. Also of note is the finale of Star Force, which does a really good job of resetting the scene as the track seamlessly melts away, and for what it is, again, the management of everything here, there's just nothing I would change. It's just so well done. The mid-sections are all very effective as well. Again, Star Force and Instruction Set shining in particular on that front. At its midway point, the former Star Force rebuilds in this really scenic way. Breakbeat percussion, flickering synths on top. It's glorious. An Instruction Set, following the end of the first drop, which may be my favourite moment on the whole EP, continually flowers into this trancey, hardstyley kinda super sequence that is just, I mean, it's everything you want at that point. So It's just mad. So the stuff surrounding the drops, once again from Voltra, a lot of knockout material, no denying that. It's the heaviness where I must admit once more I find a lot to appreciate about it, but I'm not fully convinced at any point. Ranging from the wayward and odd to the pretty solid, but I wouldn't say she goes beyond that on Luma. The best arrives on the opener for me, Luma Drive. The two main drops hit hard and are fresh and colourful in their execution. The middle or double drop, moreover, whilst a bit too stop-start initially, picks up with some fantastic skittish, jagged material. Some incredible sounds on offer to keep it interesting throughout, but even through all that, the main ideas are still quite straightforward and simple, and as I touched on before, do kinda come out of nowhere without much build preceding them. You know, just enjoying the introduction, build, or... Oh, okay. Track 3 Optronic feels like the opposite, in that the idea is more riveting, but the backdrop isn't powerful enough to fully support it. I enjoy that stabbing approach, like it's stuttering or kind of falling over itself. Quite cool. The more spaced out and layered second drop is a nice development as well, but the percussion issues remain throughout for me, and the wavy, windy, disorienting progressions to each drop don't add that much either. The drops on the closer instruction set I also find a bit simple ideas-wise, you know, not a lot I can get into here. Bright and colourful but very static in feel, you know, lacking in ingenuity. I appreciate the changes from one drop to another, but nothing to really get me going here. See what I mean? Just doesn't do very much. But the biggest culprit on the drop front for me would have to be track 2, Starforce. The production in the heaviness here is actually really solid, you know, a brilliant foundation and backdrop for whatever's on top to flourish. But on a level of invention, these drops may have to be the most barren of feeling I've heard yet from Voltra. Very metallic and industrial in the blandest sense, and robotic and mindless in the delivery. Just a bit vapid. The kind of ideas where you hear everything surrounding them and just think, this is doing her style a real disservice. Deserving of far more spontaneity, colour, life and flavour than the stomping RIDDIM style, which has frankly gone out of date by now. And so overall, whilst I love that the Voltra aesthetic and theme is clear once again on Luma, ringing true throughout, and there is an abundance of mind-boggling production and execution from beginning to end, the drops remain the focal point in music of this kind, and there isn't one here that I'm fully on board with. The sonic range here is outstanding, but the ideas either feel a bit directionless or like they play it too safe and need to push that bit further, meaning they're difficult to truly get into. I think more motifs and moments need to be available going forward for us to hang on to. There's only so much marvelling at particular sounds one can do before you want something to really remember. I say this knowing the potential is there, you know, I hear tracks like Instance, for example, taking risks and making it all cohere, the production, the musicality, the flow, the ideas, all of that. And it's hard to reach that point with every tune, of course, I get that, but I don't think we get that at any point here. I love Luma for everything surrounding the heaviness, you know, the storytelling, the scene setting, the care and detail in the construction, but it says a lot that I find that the centerpiece of the collection when, as mentioned and as always with bass music, the drops are the focal point, and it's because of that aspect that, unfortunately, there isn't a track I enjoy here from start to finish. It's a solid continuation of the Voltra project, and her style remains one of, if not my favourite in dubstep at the moment. But on the back of Luma, I'm left thinking more than anything that the time is now for her to hone in on the ideas further and ensure that the identity of Voltra grows stronger with every tune, not only in the introductions, outros and mid-sections, but the drops as well. Now, in terms of my favourite on the EP, then I think I would have to go with Luma Drive, the best drop material for me, and the most together as a tune, and the most going for it overall, I would say. And in terms of recommendations, if you enjoyed the EP, then no style like it out there, to be honest, so I think you're just best off checking out her earlier stuff. Yeah. But there we have it. My thoughts on the debut Disciple EP from Voltra, Luma. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. What did you guys make of the EP? Which track of the 4 is your pick? Drop all of your views, thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell along the way so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video to the channel, and my social media accounts and the Discord server are linked below as well. And if you want to find some other EP reviews on the channel, I will link them right here. But beyond that, keep it naughty. If it's naughty, then you know. And I will see all of you legends in the next one. Peace.